Excellent. All right, cool. There's my voice. See, look, we did that right there. And then let's do this because, you know, I should just start using OBS. I don't know why I'm being lazy. Good evening, everybody. Got me something happening? What's going on? Um, First and foremost, welcome episode 36, Shill and Chill, where we're gonna hang out and talk about some stuff. Yo, did something happen today? Did I miss something? Something go on? I'm like just reading the comments, right? Yo, shout out Rhea. Yo, Jade, what's going on? Yo, Josh. Hey, yo. Yo, Happy, what's going on, my dude? Welcome. Yo, C. Martin's Entertainer, what's happening? Let's see. Just want to give acknowledgement. Papa Brad, I see you. Let's see. Endless, what's up? Music Mike, what's happening? Welcome. So apparently we're just gonna talk about this. This is what's gonna happen, right? So first things first. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you do. It helps the channel grow, and you know what I'm saying, it helps that, you know what I'm saying, people find the channel and stuff and find this kind of content. If you dislike it, hit the dislike. Yo, any kind of interaction is it's pretty great. You know what I mean? And yeah, I know some people are getting their Blitz cabinets right now. I know that. I know people are receiving those, whatever. Last time we spoke, it's been about a week, chat. You know, it's been about a week. Some things have happened. Lots of what's the word I want to use? There's no good word for me to use, so I'm not going to use one. But there's been a lot that's happened. A lot's going on. You know, I went 0-2 in my fantasy football. I lost the endless 1-up. That happened. Yeah, they made Sami Zayn an honorary oos. That happened. Oh, and I guess some home arcade stuff happened too, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's a good one right there. Yo, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine came back in Deadpool. That's all you know that happened today? I saw that. I did see that. Before we get into it, the pinned comment of the evening is for anybody who has an Arcade1Up Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet. I am running a Marvel Superheroes tournament with the prize pool on the Mo Plays channel. If you're not subscribed to Mo Plays, what are you doing? You should be subscribed to Mo Plays, helping you use those Arcade1Ups that you know and love. Also, yeah, it's Sunday, cash prizes, and yeah, take some of P-Dub's money on behalf of the Super Gamer Dudes, among others. But let me think. Other than that, I'm really trying not to like really get into this, but I'm gonna have to, unfortunately. Chat. Roderick, I see you. What's going on, my dude? Peter, what's up? GVO. Yo, did you get those nachos last night for stream, man? Look, it was too late to eat nachos, man. I had some wings though. Absolutely addition. It was absolutely addition. It's delicious, man. Yo, Jay, welcome. Dark Hit, what's going on? All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off, and let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about, and that's Peppa Pig. You know, Peppa Pig has announced that she's putting out a new game on all your multiple platforms, so you guys can get your Peppa Pig dose and whatever else. All right. So, y'all saw what happened today with NFL Blitz. For those who don't know, Stuttering Craig, the founder of ScrewAttack.com, one of the original people from Death Battle, you know, he did a live stream, and I've been, you know what I'm saying, I've been rocking with him since like 2007, 2008 when he were doing game trailers. You know what I mean? When they were on GameTrailers.com, and yo, he does some really insightful stuff. You know, he's a very diverse individual, and one of the things he is competitive and enjoys the sports stuff, right? So he picked up NFL Blitz, and the current video is unlisted, right? The you know what I'm saying, the video is unlisted, right? But just so I don't get hit with something, right? So I don't get hit with something. Hey, chat, we can watch a little bit of it, right? Just a little bit, Let's watch a little bit of it. Again, it's unlisted, chat. It is unlisted, but you know there are ways around everything. Hold on, let me take the comment off. What up, Nick? Squad. All right, so you guys can see what the hubbub's about.
There's one actually in Blitz 99 that I was like, what? Here you go. Oh, great example here. Okay, watch this. It's in NFL Blitz 99. Okay, toss it out, throw it in. Watch this. What the hell just happened? Where the game just freezes. This guy catches it. Everybody else is still moving. He freezes. And I wonder if that has to do with the idea of like the late hits being taken out. Because it's like it's little things like that just drive me stinking bonkers. Just drive me bonkers. And with the slowdown and the turnovers, 4th and 50 computer goes for it. Great. Just so stupid. Yeah, they did take out late hits. I get it. For me, that's not that big a deal. This is me just running extra plays, just to kind of see what it looks like, see how it functions, other plays.
So for the most part, this is pretty.
Balls falling at your feet.
There's some glitches, you know what I mean? But it's some, and I'm not damage controlling none of this. I'm trying to get to the part where there's
what a joke.
There it is. That right there.
What the hell is that?
This.
What a great example of how broken ass this game is. This is not how NFL Blitz functions. Look at this nonsense. What a joke. What?
So that was his experience. I don't have the cab, so I don't know nothing about that. Again, video's private or it's unlisted. So shout out to you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the dude who made a clip and gave the unlisted access, right? But yeah, why the unlisted video? I have no idea. I didn't know it was unlisted until I saw on Twitter that Rextra said something about it being unlisted, right? Yes, Nick, they took late hits out of the game. That's not on Arcade1Up. That is on the NFL, and because they want a soft stance, et cetera, et cetera. Yo, my man, you didn't even get what was advertised. You worried about a glitch. Yeah, what's up, Goofy Food? Listen, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to talk about it, but literally, chat, that's where y'all are going. So, and the reason why we're talking about this is not because he's wrong. He's not wrong in anything he said. Greg is a stand-up dude. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And everything he said is literally, it's all valid. There's video evidence. You can't fake that, right? You know what I mean? Not at all. It's kind of the whole purpose of his stream, because he played it last night. He said it's a whole hour stream, whatever, right? He said that he played it last night. He was going to play some on stream today. You know what I mean? But literally, like, his cab is doing that, right? Now, I know some people, you know what I'm saying, who have the cabinet, who haven't experienced this, it's like that. But again, you know what I mean? It's hard, right? You know what I'm saying? Yo, OMG plays like the new Madden. See, that's why we don't play Madden, right? They stripped NFL Blitz so hard the game isn't playing right. Arcade1Up and NFL should have left the game alone. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? There's two sides to that coin. They leave it alone, and then they don't touch it at all, but then nobody gets the game that they want. You know what I mean? And again, literally, this is probably one of the first instances I've seen of this. I don't own the cabinet, so I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about the cabinet. Whereas, right? But, like, you hear some of the stuff, like, he's talking about, you know what I'm saying, later in the stream, and he's talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to get struck, so I'm not going to play too much of that, right? But it's like one of them things where it's like, he's talking about, like, the bat top's not being tight and things of that nature, right? Stuff that we're used to. But I guess looking from a casual consumer's perspective, you know what I mean? Like, I guess that makes sense, because he stated, like, he's got an NBA Jam, and it doesn't do that, right? And it's fair. And so literally, long story short, because it's unlisted, and so, I'm not gonna disrespect whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? It's unlisted because he has a family. Bro. So again, respect privacy. I'm not gonna share a link. I'm not gonna do that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody going there and being like, oh, you're this and that. No. He's approaching this from a casual person who, like, isn't a fan, you know what I'm saying, who doesn't live in this home arcade space, who went out to purchase a product that he was excited for. Like, and he expresses all that in the video. Again, when he enlisted, I'll share it and whatever else, right? You know what I mean? We're not going to use this video to be like a tool of hatred or negativity or Fuel 14 channel. Like, we're not doing that. We're going to talk about NFL Blitz as a cabinet, right? And it's concerning. Legitimately, it's concerning. But you have to think about it again. As with all Arcade1Up products lately that have Wi-Fi, everyone is coming with a day one patch. Now, obviously at Blitz 99, so we downloaded something because you have to download Blitz 99. We learned that when B and Kits and 19K Fox and all those cats down there in Chicago, they did an unboxing live stream where you had to download Blitz 99. So he did that part. I'm assuming there's another patch. There's gonna have to be another patch, obviously. You know what I mean? And freaking down the road, they're gonna have to address some of the stuff that's missing. You know what I mean? It's kind of why I was sitting there thinking about it, like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt bad after I put out my video yesterday, but then it was just kind of like, you know what? This is kind of the truth, though. And we can all have opinions, and you know what I'm saying? People can be labeled as shill or whatever else, right? But facts are facts. Like, and that's not doctor footage. Like, that's off screen from the cabinet. And Craig has integrity, man. You know what I mean? And it's just one of them things where it's like, he literally said, I spent $600 so that you guys don't have to. But again, this could be a rare occurrence. This could be a unicorn. No clue, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Zero Hero said, yo, here's my question. Should they fire their beta testers? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Yo, we all knew it was going to be like the old Blitz in the NFL wouldn't allow it. I mean, look at the Tua controversy last Sunday with the concussion protocol. Exactly. Right. But because the Blitz cabs aren't out yet, don't we have to give A1Up the benefit of a day one patch that hasn't come out yet? That's the other thing. So, again, to that point where we talk about, B and Justin Console Kits going to go get the freaking cabinet from Indiana before it was ready to go. It wasn't even live. I mean, and they got it like, 3 weeks before it was even ready for sale. So you're playing an early thing that's not updated, It's just like, it's kind of like the old school thing where I'm like, hey, back in my day, if I went and bought a Game Boy game or N64 game or Nintendo or Super Nintendo game, right, it had to work out the gate. There were no day one patches. But now we live in this era where everything gets a day one patch. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is. This controller, this purple PlayStation 5 controller gets a day one patch if you take it out of the box. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of the era we're in right now. So again, we're not gonna see, you know what I'm saying? Yo, he also took a day off to work to play unlisted. Is smart. He might get fired for taking a day off to do that. Facts. He did say that in the stream that he took off. He missed money to play NFL Blitz. So if I'm taking off work to stream and whatever else, right, and I'm missing some money, yeah, man, I'm a little tilted too. We all fed the beast, and now the beast is getting fat off our pre-order sales, and they rush both releases. One Up Underground, I'm gonna need you to pick a side. Yo, this is X-Men. This is X-Men 3. We about to fight Dark Phoenix. You know which side you're on? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm serious. No, seriously though, I don't know, man. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. But I feel that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel that. In any other year, NFL Blitz could have been a standalone cabinet and been a holiday title along with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So it's hard, man. It's really hard. Again, I don't have hands on with it. I haven't touched it. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I know some people got in their cabinets today. I know community members have their cabinets. I'm hoping that they can give some feedback, and I'm not saying rush out reviews, but you know what I mean? Like, give some first impressions on, it's a cabinet. One person who's been advocating a lot for this cabinet is UAG, your average gamer, and I think he should be getting this cabinet in soon if he didn't get it today. You know what I mean? So definitely, I would definitely check out Weekly Retro Party tomorrow night, just in case he does have some insight. You know what I mean? But it's hard. Like, I watched this, you know what I mean? And I literally watched this. For anybody who's sitting there thinking, I didn't watch this live, right? You know what I'm saying? Anybody sitting there thinking, yo, I didn't watch this live. Hold on. See that name right there? Yeah, that says Michael Valtrace. And the first thing I said, I was like, man. And again, it's not because he was doing an Arcade1Up stream. I watch all of Craig's content. You know what I'm saying? I watch the shorts. I watch it all, bro. Like, I guess I'm an OG G1. So it was kind of hard to see that happen, bro. Like, it sucks. It's just not a good look, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. When Arcade1Up gets it right, they get it right. And they have done more hits than misses, but this has been a bad launch. Yeah, and I don't understand it, bro. I honestly wish I could. You know what I mean? Like, and so then you see other videos of people are putting out videos like the lines and whatever else, right? All right, you know what? Screw it. Hey, Craig, I'm gonna need you to let me rock for a little bit. Just let me be great for a little bit. Just a little bit, my dude. Just a little bit. Let me be great. You know what I'm saying? But like, just you know what I'm saying? Just the gameplay aspect of it, right? You know what I mean? Like, play the video, right? Oh, because this one he's asking to talk to John D. Hold on. Here we're gonna go back a little bit, right? But it's just like, man, you see these cats like sliding around like that's wild to me. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's a QA thing. You know what I mean? And it has to be because, you know, that's testing, right? That's testing. So yeah, it's something to be questioned about, right? Yo, Arcade1Up shouldn't keep releasing products without more sense of quality control. Absolutely. I will 100% agree with that. You know what I mean? Absolutely agree with that. Like if that's not an example of, you know what I'm saying, of QC not being like on top of something, I don't know what it is. Granted, you can't catch everything. And that's the thing, like a lot of people have to remember that. You cannot catch everything. Again, I'm not trying to get nobody a pass. Hold on a second, chat. Let me reach in this Xbox fridge real quick. The following portion of this stream is brought to you by Sprite Zero. Just saying. ASMR chat. Okay. You can't catch everything, but I would think if there was enough playtesting going on, you'd catch that. Like for real. Like that's something you can rush. You just posted a link. Yo, listen. Yo, as long as She Line's putting the burn for it, it's not me. Hey, do what you gotta do. And again, it's not about burning. Look, I ain't like that. I'll post a link in my Discord. What you gonna do? Come to my Discord and get mad? You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, hold on, I'll do it right now. My grandmama mama ain't raised no B word in my my Bucking 3000 voice. And I just posted it in my Discord. Anybody wants to check it out, there it is. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Well, I appreciate you sharing this. I was afraid you joined the Arcade1Up Illuminati that always makes excuses for Arcade1Up. Bro, I've been saying this since day one. Look, here's the real talk about it, right? Yo, I don't get paid. Yo, I might be in a group chat, you know what I'm saying? That says Illuminati, right? But I'm not paid, yo. I don't get my video censored. I don't pull down whatever. I do whatever the I want to do. You know what I mean? And honestly, that's important. And the reason why it's important is because when I see stuff like that, it makes me concerned about things that I care about. And yes, granted, QC probably had a bunch of stuff on their plates, right? And I'm kind of hoping that it's one of these situations where NFL Blitz fell through the cracks so that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 can be great. And I'm sorry for everybody that loves NFL Blitz, right? I'm not hating, you know what I mean? But it's just, that's bananas. So if this would have happened 2 weeks ago, legit, if this would have happened 2 weeks ago, I'd have been like, all right, well, they got the cap early. You know, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not XYZ. But this is a retail model. This is a retail model that's released, got shipped to his house and whatever else, right? You got nothing after that. After that, bro, you can't say anything. Legit. Like I can't say nothing, man. Not a word. How do you can't excuse that? Like legit. And screw it, whatever, right? We don't care about money, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, like you can't excuse that. Legit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that you can say to me, or there's nothing that I can be like, yo, you should definitely pick this up. You know what I mean? Now I'll say this, when it runs, it runs. But bro, when you're freezing in the air, I can do the freaking Cupid shuffle and the cha-cha slide under a player. That is an issue. And I know what y'all are gonna say. Oh, he's only showing the bad parts and right? But you know what I'm saying? And he shows some gameplay, you know what I mean? Again, here he is right here, you know what I'm saying? He's playing on the cabinet, just so everybody doesn't think like, you know, because he recorded B-roll. So again, shout out to Craig, right? So he was talking about his joystick not being calibrated or whatever else, right? Again, you can calibrate the joysticks. They learn that, and we learn that. That's in the manual, right? But yo, it's retail now. It's literally retail now. So if it's retail, I can't excuse that, right? Yo, Zero Hero said at the time, yo, I say it all the time. Pre-orders are for suckers and YouTubers. I will never pre-order again. Hold on. Hey man, if I want to pre-order, I wouldn't got the Series X to the PS5. Hold on. I'm gonna give you. I'm a Zero Hero. I'm gonna rock with you halfway with it. Because something like Marvel's Capcom 2, I genuinely feel that it warrants a pre-order because of how many they made. I absolutely agree that it warrants a pre-order. So I'm gonna have to rock with that one, right? Yo, Travis said, personally, I play my Blitz cab more than any other Arcade1Up cab, and I don't even like football. Travis, if you'd like to share your experiences with the cabinet, I will drop a link in the chat. If you'd like to share your experiences, because you do have hands-on, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I'm saying? Because, yo, just you know, I know you're not paid. Hold on. I'll drop a link in the chat if you want to join and talk about your experiences. Because, again, this might have just been Craig's experience. Who knows? I just think people should see videos like this if they're on the fence. Again, and that's the other side of it. It's good to see this kind of stuff because of the other side. It's good to see this because it's like, yo, you need to freaking be able to freaking understand, hey, this could freaking possibly helping you, right? All right, let's see. Like I said from the beginning, they're going to disappoint a lot. These are from the beginning. These are going to disappoint a ton of people and will flood the marketplace within 2 months. And you get it for $200, which that's another side of it as well. If you want to wait and whatever else, right? If you want to wait on the cabinet and whatnot, right? If you want to wait on cab, try to get it on Black Friday or something. That's completely up to you. It's not like, I don't think Blitz is going to be like Marvel's Capcom, where it's going to sell out. You're probably going to readily be able to go into a store and pick these up. You know what I mean? If Arcade1Up knew the Wi-Fi wasn't going to be operational on launch, they should have been more forthright with the community. Get it right, then launch cab. Wi-Fi does work. Obviously, Wi-Fi works. Otherwise, you can't download Blitz 99. Wi-Fi works. You did the online not being able to play each other yet. That's what doesn't work yet. Online works. Otherwise, you'd all be buying cabinets with 2 games. Let's not spread that narrative. And I've seen, hold on a second, and just so we're clear, I've seen those comments too. In the official Arcade1Up group, I've seen those comments about people being like, the Wi-Fi doesn't work. Then how are y'all downloading the 3rd game? This is why I wish I had a button that said, think, McFly, think. You know what I mean? Do you mean where a pause or an interception on occasion when I time? Yeah, they need to fix that. And again, that's a glitch. You know what I'm saying? That's a glitch. Absolutely a glitch. You were saying what last night, Biggie D? What were you saying last night before the video drop, right? Yo, at least they should call the beta testers. They should be calling the beta testers. I know if I work and I did that, I get a phone call from at least 3 supervisors. Don't get me started on TBS reports. We're not, bro. We're not, right? We're not, right? Joystick, who cares about releasing the cab with software issues? Yeah, that's why I said like 2 weeks ago when being them they had the calibration, whatever, right? That's different. That's a whole different monster. But it's retail now. I don't know what you say to that. The best thing they can do is to hop in front of it. The best thing they can do is be like, look, this is what it is. This is blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Literally, that's really all they can do. They didn't get the beta test probably because of a certain YouTube video that came out and outed the beta program. Wait. So this is my fault. Wait a minute. Wait. Because I don't know how many YouTubers said this. Wait. Hold on. Yo, hold on a second. Explain yourself. This is my fault.
It depends on what you're asking. If you're asking why it didn't get beta tested broadly, yes, it is actually your fault, which is kind of funny in a weird way. It literally is your fault. But by the same token, you know what? It's not, because it shouldn't have stopped them from doing what they were going to do, but it did.
You know what? I'll hold that. If okay, I'll go full screen because this is gonna be some real cocky ish I'm about to say. I'll hold that. If my little video is enough to disrupt the whole Discord and knock everything off shop and everything else, then maybe you need to reevaluate what the you're doing. No. Look, listen. That's real. Look, my Discord has all kinds of crap going on. It's a Discord server. You know how easy a Discord server is to hack? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, because I don't do that sort of stuff, so I don't know nothing about that. No, I don't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, so I'll take the heat on it, but listen. I'm trying to make sure my MVC2 came out. All right, Travis. Yo, so good evening, Travis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the time, and you tell the people your experiences with the Blitz.
I've had mine for a week and 3 days or something like that, and it's the only Arcade1Up I've ever had where I've played it every single day since I've owned it. It's never been the case. It's the only one I've ever done that for. And again, I don't really care about football. I used to play Blitz a little bit on MAME and stuff, and the biggest problem with MAME is that if you run Blitz on MAME, you're 99% of the time, if you're not running on like a really nice computer, you're getting crap frame rate. And of course, the resolution is lower. So a lot of times I'd play like the Dreamcast version because at least it was smoother and you could use your GPU and everything looked a little better. This thing runs and looks much better than anything I've ever played before. And whether you want to believe that or not, it's the truth. Like it is. It looks better. The resolution is so much higher than I've ever played before. It's smoother frame rate wise than anything I've ever played before. And I'm having a lot of fun. Now, what's interesting is as people are getting it, they're picking things out that I never noticed. Like I was playing and I never saw the little lines and the lettering and stuff, which is probably something to do with the upscaling or something. It never bothered me because I didn't even recognize that it was a thing. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. The thing that he showed in his video where they pause, the only time I've ever seen that is in an interception, and it's not as long as what happened to him. And I've never seen what he showed. Like all the stuff that I never have seen that. Never. Now, if, here's the thing for people that are, getting it early, are there going to be bugs and stuff? Yeah, probably going to be tons of bugs, probably going to be trash for a while. That's all right. Because here's the thing for people that are getting it early, you should know that going into it, it's not going to be super polished. I haven't noticed it. I've been playing it, for the last week and a half, and I've been having a blast. And I will pay extra to get it early. Some people will wait and try to find it for less money later. That's cool. But I always make more money. I'll never make more time. So the not complete because there is no slow hits and it doesn't freeze frames. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. But the long and the short of it is this. I will pay extra earlier because I'll never get time back. I can always make more money. I can always make that $200 or $300 back at some point, but I'll never get the months and months of play. It is what it is, right? You can't get that back. So it is what it is. Yeah. To say what you want. I like the game and so what? I don't care. I mean, I paid money out of it. No one sent me anything. And I bought it. And I love it.
So you haven't experienced any of that like wonky stuff that's happened.
Here's what I have seen. On occasion, not every time, on occasion, when there's an interception, it will weirdly pause, kind of like what you saw, but it only happens for like half a second and then it just continues. I have literally never seen the thing you just showed a while ago where it just paused and I've never seen that. And I've played tons of games. I've just never seen it. I'm not saying that it's not possible to happen. I just have never seen it. And I've played all three of the games for a very long time, and I just have never seen that.
And for anybody who thinks Travis is gassing, this is Travis playing NFL Blitz on Twitch.
I even streamed it. What was that? Like a couple days ago?
It was like 4 days ago. Yeah, it was like 4 days ago. Yeah.
And I mean, you can see exactly what I see. I mean, literally, I was there streaming it. So,
yeah.
I mean, other than the game cheating like it always has for the last 12 decades, that game cheats like a mother. Let me tell you, that game cheats so bad. I could tell you some things that cheated me out today. But that's the way it is. That's really what it is. Yeah. The other thing I would say is, if you're like super hardcore into like Blitz and stuff, why are you even looking at this? It's not for you. I mean, let's just be clear about this. It is not a 100% replication of Blitz, but none of the Arcade1Ups are. None of the Arcade1Ups are a 100% a replication of the arcade. They are a kind of a replica of it, but not a 100%. It's not supposed to be. That's not what none of these are. So I think it's kind of strange when people put the expectation of like a full size thing on something that's not a full size arcade. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And welcome to Die. The bat tops are exactly the same bat tops on all of them. They suck on everything. But all you got to do is get $2 worth of what is that, Loctite, and you're done. It takes you 25 cents of Loctite, and you either fix it or you go underneath, hold the screw, and you never have that problem again. But anyone who's ever had an Arcade1Up knows exactly what that is. It's not a new issue. It's an issue that's been around for years. So like some of these people are acting brand new. Some of them are brand new, but some are acting brand new. I'm like, bro, come on, man. You don't know what a Loctite is? Come on, son.
Yo, Nike Game Lock talks about it all the time. Yo, literally like, yo, we're gonna take this screw and we're gonna dip it in a little bit of Loctite so that.
I mean, should you have to do that? No, I agree. You shouldn't have to do all that. I totally agree with that. But you gotta know what you're getting into. So don't sit here and pretend like you don't know. You know. Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's a whole bunch of like hacking and stuff. If you can do all that, cool. Yeah, it should definitely work great that way. It should.
I mean, it has an SSD and freaking pretty much the equivalent of an RTX card inside of it. Yeah, absolutely. It should. You know what I mean?
It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, look. So I'm going to do a couple things. But let me I'll tell you my critiques and the things I like, because I spent the money, so I feel like I can critique things at the same time.
No doubt.
Number one thing that I do not like about my NFL Blitz, and the fact that I have to pay to fix it, is atrocious. And I feel like Arcade1Up, I want to smack them. Is the marquee? It's washed out. Is it okay? It's fine. Is it good enough for me? Hell no. Why do I got to spend another like $50 to have someone sent me? What did I got? Who's doing it? Sabo, I think, is doing these.
Yes, Sabo's doing it. Yeah,
he did what looks really cool. I ordered mine. I shouldn't have to do that. I thought Arcade1Up had fixed this and figured this out. It seemed like they had, but they didn't. They obviously didn't. I don't know how they didn't figure this out, but they didn't figure it out. So I'll dunk on them for that all day long. The other thing let's see, what other thing I don't like? That's about it, because the rest of it is pretty decent, and everything else is like what you expect from Arcade1Up. It's like the buttons suck. Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, for Blitz, it's probably not that big of a deal. I am going to swap my buttons out just because I'm like, eh. But oh yeah, I fixed mine, Jago. I fixed. I mean,
it's not as bad as some of the other ones. I mean, I can look right at it. It's not as bad.
I have that slip over cover for the KI, and it is freaking amazing. It looks so good. Yeah, the marquee sucks, but the monitor's good. The joysticks are the best joysticks they're by far the best joysticks Arcade1Up's ever come out with. They feel amazing. Buttons are trash. We already know that. There's the things you kind of know. And it's one of the best, but it's still the most fun game I have. Period. End of story. Do I wish I had late hits? Yes, but I will trade late hits for 60 frames per second at a higher resolution than the original game every single time. Because late hits, you can only do them on defense, and you can't even do it every time you're on defense. So I would trade that out. 100% of the time, you get to 60 frames per second with a higher resolution, or every couple of minutes, maybe you get a late hit. That's easy for me. Oh, Jago, you need it. Let me tell you, that's another Sabo thing, I think.
Yeah. Yo, what up, OTG? Yo, who cares about Blitz? It's all about KI.
OTG and me are going to hit it up.
Real fast, listen, I know we're talking about Blitz, but can we talk about this resurgence of KI? Yo, I'm going to say this. Ever since Jago got his KI, all of a sudden everybody's sitting back here like, it's time. It's time. You know what I mean?
Listen, me and OTG are going to hit up some KI in a couple of weeks. I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, I saw y'all talking about doing that on the laundromat. I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I'd also love to scrap OTG. I like to scrap OTG. I know UAG ain't gonna spend it because they never came out with a peasant version. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Never came out peasant wasn't right. Yo, Webhead said, don't know if Travis mentioned this, but as an artist and graphic editor, sideward on the Blitz cab is inexcusable that it was sent out that way to me. If the photos can be upscaled, don't use them. I think it depends. Like for me, I thought the original Blitz side art was trash anyway. Like the original arcade looked dumb. It was like some waxy. I think it was like Antonio Freeman on the side, right? It didn't look good. Yeah, in fairness, you're probably right, Webhead. But the thing is, they also have to use pictures of the people that are in the game, and most of those people are either retired or dead. So the resolution of those photos are going to be what it is, right? For me, I don't even really look at the side that much. I'm looking at the front. If I was a big football fan, would I be upset? Probably. But just looking at it from here. I mean, it kind of has that NFL Films grain to it, and I think that's kind of part of the Legends thing. You know what I mean? Because no other Arcade1Up artwork do you see look grainy like that, and I think that's part of the mystique of it. Because the whole '90s and the 2000s, you know what I mean? Like that kind of feel. Remember, it was when it was Sundays, January 31st in the frozen tundra. Go back and watch an NFL Films film, and y'all will get what I'm talking about. And I think that's kind of what they were going for, right? You know what it is? It's like that. Remember, I had this thing I used to say back in the day. I used to say, I used to call certain girls faraways because they look good far away. And that's what that thing looks like. It looks good far away. Yeah, definitely. But I think, it's $600, and here's the reality, man. Like I don't know about anybody else's area, but in my area, I literally can go 45 minutes away and get a Blitz 99 cabinet for $950. So I think maybe, and when he's talking about the competitive side of it, I think he's talking about going online and playing against other people. And, that's alluring to a lot of people to be able to go online and play like we were, like y'all, you know what I'm saying? You were trying to sell me on this doggone cabinet so all of us can play together and whatever else, right? And it's still something I'm like thinking about, you know what I mean? But I think that's kind of the aspect you're talking about. And it just kind of sucks to not have all the online details. I agree. Not even the freaking know what's coming up. And again, I worry about that stuff because that also correlates to my stuff. You know what I mean? That correlates to the MVC2. Where I know everything's going to work within MVC2 comes into question. You know what I mean?
Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mo. And if I was an MVC fan, I would be less worried. Are they dead? Maybe they are. Are they dead? Maybe
no. Jerome Bettis is alive. Dan Marino's alive. Jerry Rice is alive. Freaking who else is on the side panel? Hold on, let me look. Hold on, who else is on here?
I don't know who's alive.
Brett Favre is definitely alive because they're trying to get him for trying to take government money to embezzle to build something for his daughter's school. Terrell Davis is alive and Deion Sanders is alive. Oh no, everybody on the sidearm is alive.
All right, well they alive then. Good for them. So what was we just talking about before that? Oh yeah. So if I was an MVC fan, I'd be less worried for two reasons. Number one, you got Justin Wong on it, and number two, this is the first time that anyone's ever said anything like this from Arcade1Up. They have actually set aside money for updates on this thing.
Fact.
Now, if you ever ask Arcade1Up about any updates on any cab, they will basically say, we'll try to fix it maybe. John basically said, we're going to be updating this thing for a while. And they have literally never said that before. So if I'm an MVC fan, which I'm not, but I'll get it. I'm not even a little bit worried. I'm not even this much worried. Blitz, I'm not really that worried because it's a big title, so they're going to have to fix most of it. I'm still not worried about that. But almost any other title they put out, I'd be concerned. I'd be like,
And I get that. I get that. But like Neil said, MVC2 came out in 2000. Same thing with Blitz 2000 Gold Edition. You know what I mean? Like all that came out back in 2000. Essentially, all these games that we're playing right now came back in the 90s and the 2000s. You know what I mean? And so it's just one of the things where it's like, all right, well, people don't know how the online works. And then you see people skeptical of the footage like this. Literally, people were in that chat today saying they're going to return their cabinets because of what they saw, That's
too bad. Listen, here's the thing. Return them. I feel like, first of all, it's up to Arcade1Up to figure this out and to fix it. We're not here to fix anything for them. I love my cabinet. It's not getting returned. I wish more people would have as much fun as I am because it's the best cab I have, period, end of story. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's still the best. It's not even close. It's the best cab I have. And I'm not even, again, not a football fan. Don't really care for football at all. It's the best cab I have. So it's a shame that some people will look at someone else's experience and on that basis, without them trying it themselves, say, I'm returning it. Now, if you get it, you try it, and you don't like it, that's fair. Like, I think She-Line's returning her Street Fighter, even though a lot of people love that.
I saw
but see,
that, and I'm like, wow.
Everyone who has it, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about it. But at least she has it, she's trying it, and she's like, you know what, it's not for me, and return it. I respect that. I respect, at least if you tried it, and you like it, or you don't like it, fair. But you're going on someone that's, listen, you could find another video like of mine where I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And then you're going to buy it. I won't want you to do that either. I want you to experience it if you can, or at least watch multiple reviews so that you get a better idea of what it is.
Welcome to Die says, shouldn't you reserve your judgment, Travis? Online isn't out yet. ... Is it safe to assume online is not make or break for you?
That is correct. It is not make or break for me. I would hope that it would be good. I suspect it will be at least as good as the worst online of any of the Arcade1Ups, whatever that means, which has always been serviceable enough for me. Any of the online games that I have are serviceable enough. It's playable, to quote Kong, right? It's playable. So it's
so I have to put on the shirt. I'm making the shirt. Yeah, you're late, dude. Listen, you're behind, dude. I'm making the shirt. Yo, Tyrese, thank you for the subscribe. Yo, I have the cabinet, no issues, all great looking cabin, love the resolution and 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I would like to see the last update though, whatever the next update is.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy to hear a lot of people complain that the game moves so fast at 60 frames.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't move that. Okay, so here's the other thing. And Ralph, praise to Ralph for, before this game coming out, actually buying an Arcade Blitz 99, an actual Arcade Blitz 99, and got the manual and showed that the frame rate on the arcade version doesn't even hit 60 frames a second. So it was never solid anyway, which is kind of crazy.
I think it was like
40 something to 50.
Yeah, like 40. It was weird. It was like European 50. I was like,
yeah,
what?
It was like terrible. That's like a terrible frame rate. If you've ever played any kind of PC games and you're anywhere in the 40s or 50s, you can tell. So the fact that anyone's like, oh, it runs fast. No, it runs correctly. Yeah. It doesn't run too fast. It runs correctly. That's what's kind of hilarious.
Well, I mean, you would hope that it runs right. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you definitely would
Yeah, I saw Zohar's in here, and he's saying the same thing. Like he's enjoying playing it. Again, if your heart, listen, when Tekken comes out, I'm going to be all over every single thing that they get wrong. Trust me, you're going to see You're saying critic Travis. I'm not critic on Blitz, even though it's one of my cabs that I wanted to have. I'm having so much fun on it. None of this stuff bothers me.
That's the thing. It's just kind of like, I guess weigh your options. What's more important? Is it more important for you to have friends over, during like, Super Bowl or the playoffs, and you guys during halftime try to get a game in quick, or is it more the online experience? You know what I mean? I guess like what's more important to you as a player? Again,
if online is your thing, if online's your thing, you need to wait. Just wait. Just hold on, because unlike MVC, you can get Blitz. I mean, it's not going to sell out anytime soon. It's like NBA Jam. Like eventually it'll stop making it and you won't be able to find it. But you'll be able to find it for the foreseeable future. Quite frankly, at the end of the day, you should wait if that's why you're here.
Yeah, definitely. Here's something to ponder. Arcade1Up knew Blitz wouldn't have live online during the announcement stream, but they didn't even give a heads up until the people online started pointing it out.
I will argue that's not true. I will argue that they've known that it wouldn't have online recently. I don't know that they knew it when they announced it.
Right.
You'd have no idea what the programmers told them when they went live. They may have thought they were going to hit it. They also may have thought no one was going to have it until October. So you don't actually know that. Having said that, they have known long enough to have said something more recently than they have. So I agree with that aspect of it. I think the thing about this, what you notice with this community is you got to be real careful how you word things. So earlier today, I showed a screenshot of to Moat of someone in the Facebook group saying, "Oh, the Blitz doesn't have online at all." So the guy goes, "Well, how am I supposed to update?" He goes, "I don't know. I saw this video by a certain YouTuber says it doesn't have Wi-Fi." Right. And that's what and then people take that as truth and then they spread it. So you have to be real careful with the way you word things, because people watch these streams very briefly and don't have a full understanding of what's going on. They'll take what you say and then they'll blow it out somewhere, and then it becomes the new truth. What one thing was like, well, it doesn't come with Blitz 99. Of course it does. It's just a download. Like that had to be a thing. And then there was like, now there's another thing. I've seen multiple people say, "Where's Blitz Legends on this? I can't find it." The cab is called Blitz Legends. There is no game. Like there's this misinformation everywhere, and it's like swatting us. I need to send a check to or a quote to
an invoice. Yeah, get an invoice, bro. You know what I mean? So literally, and that's part of the reason why I did the 10 things you should know about MVC2 video. And I wish whoever has a cabinet would do that for NFL Blitz so that people know, because literally I saw that when you sit there and I was like, ain't no way. There ain't no way. I'm gonna just do it anyway, because I asked her like 4 times if she was ready to come on. She ain't say nothing. So that's how you get pulled in the Lions den for not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, welcome to the jungle, Sheline. Welcome.
What is up, fellas? Is my audio okay? I always have audio. Okay.
You're good.
What are you laughing at?
Stop it, man. J-Cut, stop it. That's funny.
Well, what did Jacob say? Hold on a second. Oh, did Travis say this game called Blitz Legends will glitches on Wi-Fi?
Jay, stop it, man. Things gonna be ruined.
So all the logic that Travis has been pumping into this whole conversation. Now, I think, Travis, like, you should be fair and just tell everybody that you have revision shill of the game.
No, because the thing is, I don't want to joke about that stuff. I know that it's funny between us, but you can't even say that stuff. You can't even say that stuff.
But on a serious note, like being actually serious,
yeah.
I think the biggest issue is not that there's no online play, but that the game has enough bugs that somebody who is a technical fan of Blitz can make a video about it and then point out, like, throughout this 1 hour video, like all these issues that they're having with whatever software it has on like the technical release day, right? Because the original release day was going to be September 26th.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know. You're right. I agree.
I mean, like, I think that's one of the biggest issues. I just don't think it should be like downplayed, because like for me with the Shinku Hadouken, like I know other people have had issues because I've seen it. I've read it like in subreddits and stuff like that. And yeah, I know that like Reddit is kind of like a really volatile zone, but you can go in there and you can see a lot of raw stuff about the experiences that people are having with these cabs. And graphical glitches and stuff like that I've been experiencing with Big Blue and with the Shinku are things that are happening to other people. I even know people who have had their PCBs replaced because the online play didn't work just like mine right out of the box. And these are like issues that to me are important because the emulation should at least be correct, you know, especially on something like, let's just say at the very least Street Fighter, because this is something that they should have perfected by now. It's Street Fighter. It was one of their first cabs. So the fact that they're coming out with Blitz, which, I mean, an NFL game that has a huge fan base and people are excited to play it and get online and play it. What was advertised was that it was going to have online play. So it doesn't. And then it has all these like technical software issues.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So it's funny because I didn't even think about that until you said that. So playing Yoga Flame, and I thought it was just me, and I thought maybe I was just being sloppy. Like I was like double inputting everything, you know, because it was like eating inputs. Like, and I was just kind of like, wait. I'm like, okay, it's not me. So then I fired up the regular Big Blue, and I'm like, no, dude, this is crisp, this is good, et cetera, et cetera. But I go back to Yoga Flame. Matter of fact, after the Kumite tournament, I played Zohar on it, and it was just eating inputs, and I'm like, wait, no, I know I got this. This should take priority, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not just me.
No.
Okay. So I'm not crazy.
And here's another thing to think about, like off Blitz topic for like 10 seconds, but think about this. If Big Blue got the mystery encoder update that fixes input lag, how does that affect people who are running it on the Shinku and Yoga Flame?
Is there a fix for that? I know Rob 2D just put out a new one. He put out another one.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying if people are running like an alternate revision of software on a Big Blue and playing online with people who don't have that alternate revision of software, how is that affecting like the input between those two players? I mean, I know for a fact when I was playing online, like I was getting just my ass handed to me because I couldn't like do anything. Like I was hitting the buttons and I couldn't block fast enough and all this other stuff. I know I'm not that terrible. I'm not that good, but I'm not that terrible.
I dig that. But yeah, so I just feel better. I'm not crazy now. Okay, cool. But yeah, no, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. It's just one of the things where it's like the emulation the game has to work. What's the point of you having online if your game doesn't work? So then you've got a bad experience online playing a game that isn't fundamentally ready to go, you know? And if it is my fault, I am sorry. Okay. I am sorry. I will eat that bullet for putting that video out. But listen, I wanted my
all I know is that a lot of people were all I heard, I should say, is a lot of people were going to be able to beta test it, and then not a lot of people got to beta test it. That's all I know. I know that a lot of people were going to beta test it.
Listen.
And then the video came out, and then no one got the beta test.
Look, I know my picture's still on the wall, probably having darts thrown at it. You know what? I'll take that. That's fine. I'll take that. You know what I mean?
But you know what? It's not your fault, because regardless of all that, like forget about all that. Like the reality is I don't think that they thought that this version of software was going to be played by anybody. And does that excuse it? No, because the software is obviously behind. I think someone said, I saw someone in the chat say something like having to download 99 is a big deal. I don't think so. I want to know the story behind that. It's not even shown on the box. So in other words, they didn't even advertise that it came with 99 except for on the website.
That's not on the box?
It's not shown on the box that you get 99.
But on the website, it is, right?
It is on the website, but that's easy to change. The print on the box does not mention Blitz 99. So in other words, at some point, they were only going to give you Blitz and 2K. So I want to know, when did 99 get put in? And is that what's delaying everything? Because maybe it was never originally a part of what they were going to make. Then they figured out, we can do it quickly.
He's right. It's on the box.
But I want to know, why did 99 get put in?
But even if that was the reason that it was delayed, you couldn't solely say like, oh, it's 99, because 99 is a separate game from the other two. It's not like they're all running in sync or in unison.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because if they were running in sync, they could all be devved at the same time, but they can't. They're different games. Which means the multiplayer for each has to be done, which means instead of doing 2 multiplayer games, you're doing 3. Which is more time.
Well, but they could be running it on like the same multiplayer architecture, like Fightcade, where
they're not running on Fightcade. We already know that.
Well, yes, I know they're not running on Fightcade, Travis.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe someday they should. No, they won't.
I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
Get back in here, Mo. What are you doing?
Yeah. But no, like and I remember that there was an update for Outrun, and then they put Outrunners on there. There was an extra game that they did.
Is that what it was? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They did.
It's wild though to know that Blitz 99 wasn't included, and like Blitz 99 was probably like the biggest one out of all of them.
There's a rumor
because original Blitz
started
was cool.
a new rumor. There's no Blitz 99 on the cab. That's what.
No. That listen. No.
Stop it.
No. Because
fake news.
No. We don't do rumors around here. Remember what's his name? The Conflict, the SpongeBob dude who got the cabinet. Remember he did the review, then he did the review.
That's
and
where it started.
He had Blitz and he had 2,000 gold, and he didn't have 99. He said because he couldn't connect online or whatever else, right? Yeah. SpongeBob dude revealed that. We're just rehashing. That's a good question. Could Arcade1Up have been feeling any pressure from the NFL to have this cabinet out by the season start for marketing, like a deadline? Again, that could be a thing. You know what I mean? Like one hand washing the other, especially when you had Chris Carter, you had Jerry Rice record something, you got Deion Sanders, Emily, you got all these pillars in the NFL Hall of Fame scene promoting this cabinet and doing features and stuff. And I hate the word pillar.
How was it such a sloppy release though? That's what it's still mind blowing to me. Like, because it is such a big title when you really think about it and you think about the fan base. It really has been kind of a really.
It's not just Blitz though; it's MVC too. They're both kind of getting a little sloppy at the moment, right?
No, I agree, and I mean like the whole thing with MVC2 has been in port for how long?
It's been here for like a month almost, I think.
Okay.
Whenever Matt Astor tagged me on Twitter, so it had to be at least 2 weeks ago. At least 2 weeks ago.
All those units have just been sitting there with software that's probably how many months old on it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's gonna have to be a day of one patch, right? Jay's right, yo. Can we talk about something else besides about Blitz? Blitz is boring. It's all about KI. Luckily for you, OTG, that was on the thumbnail. So let's talk about KI. As you all know, Arcade1Up did pull it down off the website. So I've got this image of the KI Pro. So we're going to look at this image, chat, and we're going to imagine that we can see the specifications. 19-inch BOE monitor. Suzo hab buttons. Yamaha speakers. Chrome T-molding.
That's
light
Fox.
Up corn.
Or faux.
Faux. Yeah. FAUX chat. Yeah, we just played. We just played. You smarter than the script writer. Hold that. Improved marquee. Light up corn door with functional coin in button. Corn door. I didn't want to say corn.
You can put some corn in there.
Some corn in there. Corn door.
Pops your corn. You got a popcorn popper with this thing?
That thing bugs me because it's like, yo, I can't put coins in it. I just push the button and coin up. Whatever, right? And you get an 18 by 24 inch sign. You get an anti-fatigue mat, and you get a stool with a chair, which is essentially a chair that's like $170, right?
It looks pretty nice though.
It does look nice. And then the video, and I wish I'd have kept the video up because I'm pretty sure I deleted it. But Toy Room has a video where you guys can get a quick sneak peek of this and whatever else, right? But John D said it officially that it's going to be limited to 500, and this thing's probably going to cost $999.
Yeah.
500?
No, 900. Yeah. 500 limited. Yeah. 500. Yeah. So this is the beta test, chat. This Killer Instinct Pro right here is the beta test to if we get something else. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mortal Kombat should have probably been the first pro model. Like, honestly, since especially MK30, it's their anniversary on the 8th. It should have been the first one, but yo, here we are. 500. So if you guys want to see other pro models, this is going to have to sell out. Travis, as a Killer Instinct fan, man, I'd love to hear your opinion about this.
So I got to be honest, like at one point it was a no-brainer. I'm definitely going to get it. But I am actually kind of torn because the KI cab is excellent. Especially when you put a speaker in it, or if you put a little split speaker, it's actually really good. Having said that, I know what's going to happen. This minute they put it on pre-sale, I'm going to FOMO out and I'm going to order one. I already know it. Like right now I'm saying, nah, I probably won't because I like the KI cab. The minute that thing goes on pre-sale and they're like, you got like 5 minutes to get one, I'm on it. There's nothing I can do. I have to get it because KI is one of, if I only could have four actual cabs, that would be one of the 4 is KI. So I have no choice. I must buy it.
Yeah, we've had this debate about 4 cabs that you'd have to keep. And yeah, I can't stick with it with number 4. Sheline, do you have any strong opinions towards the KI Pro?
I mean, that was the one that I originally wanted, and then we started hearing that it was going to take a while longer to get things under control with that, and I really was just disappointed with the control deck on KI because it still had that legacy style control deck, and so yeah, I mean, I would like to get the Pro. I would sell KI. I've been thinking about selling my KI and waiting for the Pro.
I'll tell you right now, I will take a microscope on that bitch, and there better not be near a hair wrong on that Pro, which I think also I think they realize that. I think that's why they're like kind of holding back a little bit, because they're already catching heat for like $500 cabs. Imagine what the heat they're going to catch for $1,000 cabs. I mean, and I will be one of the
software is good.
Yeah, the software is excellent on it. I mean, if they had lobbies, it'd be better. But it's really some of the rollback is great. Like Jago is in Mexico. I played him in KI just the other day, and you would never know it. Like, it was amazing that I was playing Jago, who's in Mexico, and you would never know that we were so far away. It was excellent.
Yeah. Jago is either Mexico or on the West Coast sometimes, wherever Jago just rolls. Like, and I always see him complaining about the weather. I'm like, bro, you need to stop that, right? I mean, but one of the things that I did forget to mention now that Roderick has brought it up, as a KI fan, I'm upset and want this to come out in this current set, and you know why? Because of Spectate, it does have HDMI out, which does make it a lot easier to stream matches. So people like Killer Arcade games, and if they do it on the laundromat, they can just hook up a capture card and whatever else and just do it. But there is no lobby, which is kind of concerning, because you did hear John D literally say that there's money budgeted to upgrade the MVC2. But this Spectate's been complained about for almost a year now with the lack thereof. And you have an HDMI out, you could literally throw a lobby system in there and literally it would fix all this. And those would they would go. Not that 500 aren't going to sell automatically, but you'll sell those 500 and you'll sell whatever you got left in your stock.
And to be clear, very, 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 very likely Blitz will not have lobbies either. I know I don't want to burst bubbles. It probably will not have. It probably won't have lobbies either, which is terrible, which is dumb, which is I will dunk on Arcade1Up all day long for that, because it's one of the all sports titles should have lobbies. It's the dumbest oversight. Literally, you could go in Arcade1Up corporate and be like, put lobbies and everything. They think you're a genius. They're like, wait, do you think we should do that? Because they're not putting on anything. They only put on Street Fighters. That's it. Bro, how can you not have lobbies on Blitz? You're ridiculous. Now, you might go, well, Travis, wait a minute. How do you know that it's not out? You should take your own advice. Wait till it comes out. I kind of know this already.
He's already said it's not getting. Yeah, he already said it's not going to be any spectator mode on NBA Jam or NFL Blitz. He said because it's
That's why they really need to develop a singular online UI platform that all those games work across. Arcade1Up specific, because it's not like you have cross-platform anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and it's weird. Literally, it's just the symbol, with the KI Pro symbol next to it, and that's fine. But if it's gonna be Pro, you should have Pro options. I do agree with that. I don't know how much they would have to take off the back end, you know what I mean, to like implement that in. But literally, one change would literally sell a cabinet. We literally watched a Friday night show freaking sell a bunch of Big Blues. You know what I mean, and leftover X-Men versus Street Fighter cabs because you couldn't find Marvel vs. Capcom.
I'm still running it up the flagpole the way I can to see how much it would cost to. I know people might not be against it, might not want to be for this, and that's fine. You don't have to be a part of it. But for people like me who would do it, crowdfunding lobbies. In other words, helping flip part of the cost for it, so that hopefully games that we want to have lobbies, and perhaps games in the future, as it gets devved once, it gets used for moving forward. And when I asked John D on the live stream, he thought that was interesting. I reminded him the other day, and he said he would run up the flagpole. So now again, should we have to pay for that to get people to? No, but if we don't, we're not going to get it. So I figure, like, for the people who are really hardcore about it, throw some change at it. I want to know what the limit is. Do we have to hit? How much money do we have to hit before they will kick in the rest and then get us some lobbies on these other games? Fingers crossed. You know what? Get loud, because that always works.
Hashtag get loud. Yeah, No, but you know what though? You know what's crazy? And I know that that's kind of a joke now, but remember, that's what was pushed. Hashtag get loud. You know what I mean? That's what was pushed by Arcade1Up.
Is Liv still alive? I haven't remember seeing her for like a month. Is she alive still?
Liv is out there living her best life, man.
Oh,
Liv living her best life. She's alive. Liv is alive. Alive. That's a game on the Switch. Anyway, whatever. Roger, what the hell did you just say? Mo, we said this when KI was released, so all I can say is we're the real gamers. Now you have MK30th, KI Pro, maybe Blitz. Is it a problem now? All right, so I'm going to play devil's advocate. For NFL Blitz not to have Spectate, you have to think for everybody that connects on Spectate. Like, fighting games are easy to do. 1v1, people can come in and watch, et cetera, right? But for a game that requires more precision like NBA Jam or NFL Blitz, that might slow down the game a little bit. So devil's advocate, I can kind of understand it. Do I think it's stupid? Yeah, of course it's fucking stupid. But I understand it. Now, hashtag get loud and go on Twitter and ask Code Mystics, how much would it be for a
that's what I want to know.
Online.
Listen, we'll crowdfund that bitch. I think Content Fanboy. Yeah, I saw that Ed Boon tweeted free MK4 a reel. Like he just tweeted it today.
Yeah, that is a thing, man.
That's crazy.
That's the thing.
Didn't Code Mystics say though that they just didn't include it because they weren't contracted?
They weren't asked for it. Exactly right.
Yeah,
exactly
that's literally what they said. They said that they were not contracted. It was not requested from Arcade1Up. And then they said afterwards, if they wanted to happen, we have no problem implementing that into the game. And this happened right when they implemented online to which KOF was it that they put on Steam? KOF 98. I think they had just added online playthrough on Steam. This happened around the same time in February. So they're willing to do it. It's just more of
highlight Webhead because he's kind of talking about that, and I want to real quick reply to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a development thing. The money thing, MVC works because of a template. They already exactly right. And how do you get more development things? Money.
I'm still of the firm belief.
It always comes back to money.
I'm still of the firm belief Code Mystic exported the Xbox One version of KI 1 and 2.
Because I thought they did. I actually thought they did.
Yeah, they did because that's what I'm saying. Because it's literally the same version, no online spectate, et cetera, et cetera. It's literally the same. You know what I mean? But I'd love to see it. But the thing is, the other question that devil's advocate's like, why should we have to crowdfund? These to be
I'm saying, here's the thing. I know some people are gonna be like, well, we shouldn't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to participate at all. But the people who want it will, and maybe we all get to benefit because if we don't, we won't get it.
Right.
Like it's just that easy,
If we want it, that's gonna be our best option.
That's it. That's literally the only option.
Right.
It's not even the best option. It's the only option because they ain't going back and adding stuff to. Yeah.
All right. So, I'm trying to think. What's a realistic number? A realistic number for them to do that would probably be anywhere from 100,000 to 150. Right.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think we should have to pay for it all.
No. Absolutely agree.
What I asked John, and hopefully he's asking Arcade1Up, is like if we put forth some of the money to show how interested we are in this,
down payment,
you guys pay the rest, and we help get it kicked off. So I don't know. And Code Mystics is indeed involved with Blitz. They 100% are working on Blitz. I know that for two reasons. One of which I can't tell you. One of which I can. When you turn on the machine, it shows Code Mystics, and then the other reason I can't tell you why I know that.
So you booted, it actually says Code Mystics on like that title screen where it says NBA. NFL,
it does say Code Mystics on the title screen, okay. But I know something else.
Travis, did your camera auto track you?
Yes.
Listen. That's that premium YouTube money. That's what we're
AI stuff.
We're on that budget Dollar General right now. One day we're gonna be able to just go like that, and then it's gonna leave, and then you're gonna see like shoes on the floor or something. All right. Better question. Should we have to jump through hoops to stream these cabs instead of A1Up including HDMI on all feature cabinets? Look, if iiRcade can do it, we should be able to do it. That's where I leave that at. You know what I mean? And John himself has said it, so that's kind of where that's at. You know what I mean? Speaking of fighting games, let's go to the other one. Let's go to MVC2. Travis, I know you said you're not a fan.
I'm going to buy it anyway.
Travis made me buy it.
And I made her buy it. You made me buy it, and then I made her buy it. It's true.
Look. All I said was, hey, you can sell the old one You can get the new ones. You have MVC2, and then hey, maybe you can learn how to play it. And worst case scenario, you take some losses on the freaking I Got Next or whatever else, right? You know what I mean? That's what I said. I offered that.
But here's the thing.
She line by it though, for real?
Yeah, I did. I'll explain. I'll let her explain what happened in her mind. I'll tell you what happened to me, and then she can tell you what happened to her. So this whole thing was coming up. I was excited for everyone. I knew it was your dream cab, right? So I was super happy for you. It's not for me. I've never played MVC2. I have the MVC cabinet, but I only bought it for X-Men versus Street Fighter. I didn't buy it for MVC. I never played MVC even. But all my friends, all the guys online I like to watch and play with are all playing it. They all have, it's their favorite fighting game. So I'm like, okay, I kind of want to play it with them because they're all going to be playing it apparently. So I kind of want to play it, I guess. Oh crap, there's only going to be a certain amount. Okay, I guess I'll order it. It's a game that I don't necessarily want, but I want to be able to play with friends, so I'm going to get it. So I got into that. I got super excited about it. And then I heard She-Line was kind of in and kind of out. And then I started nagging her, and she can tell you what she was feeling because that was.
All right, She-Line. Well, you're up.
Well, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to access my random memory because I just remember that I was like, you know what, this is just dumb. It's just annoying. Like this whole situation with like the pre-orders and this on and off stuff. And I was like, it's not. You know what? I'm just going to cancel my pre-order. I don't even know why. I was in a mood. And then Travis was like, what do you mean you canceled your pre-order? He's like, you gotta be able to get on there and play with me. And I'm like, he's like, you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt later. And I was like, maybe, but I ended up when they came out with pre-orders on Best Buy, I just went on there and I ended up getting it. And I was like, all right, I got it again because you convinced me because I think that I literally would have kicked myself in the ass if I didn't get it. I mean, I at least want to see what it's like.
Yeah. So. And for anybody worrying, it is. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Hey, Mike, don't click that button. Click this button. You do that one and then you do this one. And there we go. That's how that works. And for those wondering, yeah, on the Arcade1Up, it's sold out, right? It says it's sold out on the Arcade1Up site, right? All right, cool. But other places saying they're sold out. But yeah, without doxing myself, yeah, I did go and pre-order a second one. So which I'll probably end up selling to my friend Nick because he literally called me this morning, bro. Dude, did you really do that? Yeah, I did it. Yo, man, can you go get me one, bro? I'm not driving half an hour. I'm like, yo, like, are you serious? He's like, man, I'm trying to get one. I'm like, dude, just order. Anyway, whatever. Wave 2 is happening right now with Shop Hippo. For somehow, some way. Best Buy and Target keep opening up pre-orders, so maybe they're getting more and more allocations.
Ooh, I have a theory about this.
Okay, I like theories.
You know why? I think this is theoretical. Okay, I think that they're doing it that way because they don't want to overstock on these cabinets. Because in the past, all of these stores have had like excess stock, right? And they have to get rid of it and liquidate their stuff or whatever because they're coming out with a new gen of cap or whatever. So I think that with Marvel versus Capcom 2, especially since it's probably not something that a lot of those companies are familiar with, even though it has the name Marvel in it, that they're like, all right, well, we want to be careful with this. So they're having people like buy pre-orders and then they're like, okay, our projected sales chart says that we can, risk another 20 pre-orders or something like that. So they open them up again and so on and so forth.
So my thought is this, you will be able to find Blitz for the most part because they probably made a crap ton of them because it's like a wide ranging cabin. You never really had a problem finding an NBA jam. MVC1, and ask me how I know, once it sold out, you were wondering if you were ever going to see that thing again.
Facts.
Again, ask me how I know. It was a terrible, terrible time in my life.
Whoa, Travis. How do you know? How about you? You tell us about your experience.
Well, one of Arcade1Up's weaknesses, as we're still learning today, is their communication or lack thereof. I would say that they are better now than they were then. But for those of you that might remember the great drought of MVC and X-Men versus Street Fighter of 2021, 2022, when they were sold out for weeks and weeks and weeks, and no one knew if they were ever going to make them again. And people would straight up ask them, are they coming? Are more coming? And they wouldn't say ne'er a word. Ne'er a word. Now, here's the thing. I wanted X-Men vs. Street Fighter for my collection, but I actually wanted to get the Marvel vs. Capcom one because it had Marvel vs. Street Fighter on it and the other one didn't. And I'm like, that's the cab I want, but you can't get them anywhere. So off to eBay I went, where scalpers galore were more than happy to sell them to you for more than the KI Pro, which I paid more than the KI Pro worth of money for a game that most of the games I don't even care about. And then 2 weeks later, they showed up on Best Buy shelves.
Yeah.
And I was never more mad at Arcade1Up than then, because it's like you could have said something
But
and
that was
saved
it.
me a lot of money.
That was it, though. What showed up on those shelves.
And then that was it.
That was the last of it.
Go find one now. Go find a Marvel vs. Capcom. And this is going to be the same thing. MVC2 will be the same thing. They didn't make I don't know if they made more or less than, I think, didn't John say they made less MVC2s than they did MVC1s? Yeah. You will not find an MVC2 on a shelf.
Yeah.
We're going to be gone.
Somebody said something about 1500 and
Jago said that.
So there's 1500 that came in whenever it was. How long ago was that? 3
right, and more have come since.
Yeah, and more have come since. I think like another 1200 or 1800 or something. So what? Maybe projected 3000, possibly.
Maybe, but still, that's still 3,000, only 3,000 units. You know what I mean? For a game that's celebrated and everybody loves and have to scrawl and clutch and claw and all that other jazz.
Right?
It's still a lot.
That's why I was very heavy on. I personally was going to pre-order this. Like in the beginning, I was like, I have to, because I remembered with the first one, I pre-ordered it and I'd never pre-ordered one of their cabs before, but I was like, oh, I've got to pre-order this one. And I was glad I did.
This is probably the only Arcade1Up cabinet that you actually probably should pre-order. And right now it's too late for most people, but you probably
unless you walk in the store. I mean, like I said.
Well, look, here's the thing.
GameStop, but you can go on.
You can walk into GameStop, but I don't know when you're gonna get it. You might get it eventually.
So GameStop told me, I'm saying, because Perry, she's the manager. She's actually in the Discord. She's the manager of the one in my area. And because that's how you guys want PS5s or something, hit me up. I got you. But yeah, she's like, I was like, yo, so when is, because I asked her, we were in there, and I was just like, hey, y'all still taking orders on MVC? She's like, yeah. And I was like, how much pre-order? She's like, $5. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, seriously? And she's like, I was like, for 600 thing, because usually it's like $50 at least, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, cool. And she's like, yo, the protection plan's even $5. And I was like, oh, for $10, right? So all right. So nefarious mode kicked in at that moment, chat. And so the thought process was, because I know people at GameStop and they're not going to check it, right? I go get the second cabinet and then I pull the PCB out of it, right? And then I return it. Hey, come with a thing, so I need another one, right? Birdman hand rub. Yo, that's the hood Mike talking. That's all ghetto talking. I thought about it. I did think about it. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't there.
Right. Listen,
you were so close.
Nobody heard that, chat. Nobody heard that, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, I was just shocked, and I'm like, and this literally was yesterday. Literally,
yeah, but again, here's the thing: when Arcade1Up gets their stuff in, they're gonna say, okay, Walmart needs this many, Furniture Mart needs this many, Target needs this many. Oh, GameStop, yeah, we'll get to you. It might not be this year, but we'll get to you. They're not going to be high on a priority list.
I mean, hold on a second. So GameStop's not high, but RC Willie's high, or GameStop's
I don't know if RC Willie's high,
but Nebraska Furniture Mart high.
I feel like
a specific allocation thing. Like there's no way they're just there's no way they're just like throwing them out like like they're coming out of a deck of cards. Like
I'm grimy, bro. I'm grimy. So this goes back to my so Jade had a theory, right? Now I have a theory. So remember how I just had how Best Buy and Target, I can understand Best Buy trickling it out slowly and maybe Target doing the same thing. But John said on the stream, matter of fact, he said on my stream, he's like, dude, they're sold out. So now the thought process is either one, they're doing wave 2s already, or two, they're going to have to pull stock from Arcade1Up pre-orders to fulfill those. And that's the thing that I am concerned about.
Why?
Could be.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like literally.
Why does it concern you?
Well, it doesn't concern me. I feel bad for my friends who ordered from Arcade1Up. I got one from Best Buy. I'm guaranteed, baby. but
how many people do you think canceled their pre-orders?
I don't think anybody canceled. What I'm saying is that, let's say, Endless canceled, you know what I mean? And you did, but that's the thing, like maybe people canceled or whatever else, right? But what I'm saying is the original orders that people are putting out, right? Let's say, and John already said that they went over, they had to give up some of their stock, and that's why it went out in 5 minutes originally, right? So what if they're still like fulfilling orders and more are coming in, but what if they're like, well, we need to redistribute some of these cabinets to make these retailers happy so that they can fill all their orders that they took. You know what I mean? Because You know, we see the
you're definitely taking it over. You're bending over for Target and Walmart. 100%. They sell too many of your cabs to not.
Right.
If Walmart says we need another 20 or 50 or 500 of your cabs, you're giving it to them. You are not saying no to Walmart.
Yeah.
They will end you.
Yeah, even GameStop, you don't really say no because you don't. The only thing I've ever seen Arcade1Up be clearance from GameStop are the risers.
You're being very protective of GameStop tonight, Moat.
No. Listen. Yo, GameStop eat a sack of dicks. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm just being a realist. Like, they're a high end competitor. You know what I mean? They're a high end retail market, and if Nebraska Furniture Mart can get them, I'm pretty sure GameStop can get them. Like I said, worst case scenario, it comes in December. Cool, whatever. Then I'm worried about it. I just got to make sure I don't fry the geek worm when I'm trying to connect this thing, or whatever, right? That's the biggest concern. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, somebody said in the chat earlier, they're like, well, I'm waiting. Endless said it, matter of fact. Endless was like, he's waiting to see if the FOMO will exist after the holiday for cheaper. But the thing is, when Webhead mentioned it earlier, he was like, well, this thing blew up. Yeah, I did that. Apparently, I blew up about a lot of stuff, but I blew up about Marvel vs. Capcom 1 not being around. You know what I mean? And then they just happened to make a little bit more. This time, they're literally saying, John's like, yo, they're doing Wave 2. He didn't say if they're doing a Wave 3 yet, but they're doing Wave 2, and then that might be it.
I would be really, really shocked if there was any available around that time frame.
I don't think there's going to be.
There will be. I will put money on the fact there will be a long period of time where you won't be able to get them, and then people will be going like, "Well, I thought we." People are going to be sorry if they really want this and are hoping that it'll drop. I love seeing the posts where like, I'll just wait till it's $200 on Walmart, bro. That's not happening for MVC2.
They're never going on sale.
No,
that's not going to happen. It'll happen for some titles. It might even happen for Blitz, maybe, but it certainly is not going to happen. Tell me where you've ever seen MVC1 or X-Men versus Street Fighter for like $250 on the clearance rack.
Nope.
Never. I think the lowest I've seen it was at a Walmart for $2.99, but that was the peasant version. Again, regular one.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah,
so the big D to your comment right now, where you said MVC2 will be at Walmart for $3.79 or $4.19 without a riser. No. John's already said they are not making that. That's not a thing.
No way. And even if it did not have a riser and it was there for, let's just say $400, the cost to buy a riser and then to do the things that you want to do to make it stand up the same way that the other one does is going to cost just as much. So it's
yeah. And by the way, if MVC2 makes as much money as it should, unless for some weird reason the licensees are like, no, we don't like money, then there should be other versions, pros and X. I mean, we should probably see more. But you have to remember one thing: MVC2 was so difficult because of the licensing. And what we don't know is if any of those licensors were like, we'll do this one thing, but we don't care about anything beyond that. We understand there's a free movement, but we're done. We don't know that. With some of the other games, it's just one license. So you just convince the one person and they're good. But with MVC2, there's a bunch of people's fingers in there. And somehow John got it together. Praise John. But we don't know that one of those licensors that breaks that whole thing is like, we're willing to do this one time, but leave us alone.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. That's what I said. This could for a lot of places like Target and Best Buy, this could be a one-off. You know what I mean? GameStop, they just like selling crap. So, you know, whatever else, right? Biggie D, X-Men vs. Street Fighter was $2.99 at Walmart for a long time. Yes, because that's the price that it launched at. It launched at $2.99. And
without the riser and
no lip marquee. And the reason why you were able to find so many, because let's be real, the X-Men lineup on X-Men vs. Street Fighter is mid compared to the Marvel versus Capcom lineup.
Exactly right.
And I love Cyclops and I love that Japanese PS2 PlayStation artwork, but I couldn't justify it because the lineup's mid. There's no way in hell I'm like, oh, let me what I want to play. X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Coda, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, or Marvel Superheroes, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and Marvel vs. Capcom for like another $100. That's a no-brainer.
I bought MVC for X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and I didn't buy X-Men vs. Street Fighter because the lineup wasn't as good. I literally am that person where it's like I only wanted X-Men vs. Street Fighter, but I wasn't going to get that lineup.
But the other thing too is that that $2.99 version was like the remains. It was like the last thing standing, you know, because they'd already sold out of the lit marquee and riser version so quickly.
Yo, Jago, we're not taking shots at Coda. Coda's great. Listen, without Coda, we wouldn't have any Marvel.
Yes, I was mad that
Coda's great.
On Marvel versus Capcom.
So was I. Literally, it was just.
I wanted to play it.
That was one of those things where I think they were testing the waters of trying to add 4 to 5 games to a cabinet, you know, because remember the originals only came with like 3. I think Galaga came with 2 or whatever else, right? And then they're like, yo, let's put 3 or 4 games on here, and they bumped up to 4 or 5. I wish Coda was on this cabinet because You know, it made me jealous. Still makes me jealous. But hey,
You're about
MVC2.
to get it.
That's another reason. Exactly. That's another reason to get MVC2 is that there's a game or two that, I mean, MVC2 and Coda are games that I haven't really played before, but I always kind of wanted to. So it just makes sense.
It's got all of them. It's got all the versus fighting games and the animated Marvel X-Men games. I mean, Coda was like one of the first animated style CPS2 fighting games that I played, and I fell in love with it. So, yeah. I mean, but that roster is killer. Like, can we talk about that? The actual roster of fighting games on there versus fighting games is complete.
Exactly. It's a complete list, and that's what's great, right? You know what I mean? Love Coda for the Saturn back in the day, man. All right, let me tell you, Nick. Let me tell you, bro. I got a Sega Saturn. I got an action replay for Megabyte card, so I can get the Japanese port, and I had a Japanese port of Coda, just like I had a Japanese part of X-Men of Marvel Street Fighter, and it's good. Oh, it's so good, man. For people that hate on the Saturn, dude, the fighting games were just they were chef's kiss. They were chef's kiss, man. Absolutely.
But oh my gosh, and then you play the PlayStation version. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I actually bought a Saturn back then, was because they couldn't put out with the PlayStation fighting ports.
Right. Yo, Biggie D, not disagreeing with you, but again, those versions at Walmart were only $2.99 on the store shelves and $3.99 online. So if you're talking about online having the two clearance for $250, possibly. If you're talking about in the store for $250 or $199, that's like $50 or $100 off. You know what I mean? Like Mortal, you can go get a copy of freaking Midway Legacy for that right now. I know I bought one to do the Intech gaming review, and then I was like, screw it, I'm gonna get Capcom, and I took that gimmick right back. So,
but it was still the peasant version.
It's still the peasant version, exactly. You know what I mean? You know
this is cream of the crop. It's not like anything we've seen before. And you know, this is from someone who doesn't really care for the. I mean, it's not that I don't care for it. I've never played it, so I don't have any kind of like, oh, let me hype it up. I don't have any reason to hype this game up at all. And I'm telling you, it's not like what you guys think. It's just not going to be.
Yeah, and that's not what we're doing. We're not hyping it up, yo. Like, we're literally just having a discussion, you know? Again, this goes back to the online with Blitz. Now MVC2 online. My fear is that it's not going to be day one. No MVC2.
And I don't think it is. I feel like it's not. I am not saying it's not going to have online playability on the first day. I said, I feel like it's probably not.
Right. And let me clarify this real fast while I'm thinking about it. Hey, you know the video I put out yesterday, even though I pinned a comment about this because people misunderstood what I said, it does have a deck protector. It doesn't have a light-up deck protector. Do y'all know how many comments I had to keep replying to? It doesn't have a deck protector. Bro, you can see the deck protector in the video. It has a deck protector, but no, I don't think online is going to come out day one. And I'm
genuinely about that. Let's talk about that.
Though. Only for MVC2.
Yeah, only for MVC2. So Marvel's Capcom 1, everything from that to Coda is going to work because that already exists. It's cross-compatible. So all that's already, the infrastructure is already in place for that. But for MVC2, I don't think the online is going to work.
So this is kind of the first we've seen. And the only reason I kind of started to agree with you guys is because of the fact that it happened to Blitz. Before Blitz, before this was an actual thing, we could never really say, oh, that, you know, this thing promised online and it didn't have it when it shipped. It would be weird to say that. But now we're already here. We're here with Blitz. It's going to be a couple of weeks before we see it. Is it possible it could happen for MVC2? Maybe. It's very possible. But then again, the other thing is we don't know how far along Jay Wong is on testing that thing or how, because the thing is he's going to be the gatekeeper of all of it. So we might, people who are beta testing or whoever gets the beta test it might like it. But J1 might be like, nope, not good enough. And rightfully so. Let him be the gatekeeper of all that. We might not see it for extra long. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that's fine. You don't want to get play. Some of y'all think you're good. You're going to get online and learn a different story. So you probably don't want that beating anyway. You probably need to practice.
Me?
No, I'm talking about just anyone who's like, well, I'm not going to get it if I get online. Trust me, most of y'all don't want to be online with that. There's so many sharks out there. There's so many sharks in the MVC cab.
Big time. But you know what? Online gameplay is not a deal breaker for me because is it cool? Is it a nice thing to have on the side? Absolutely. But it's not a deal breaker for me because I loved those games without online play in the arcade. So not a deal breaker for me. But that doesn't mean that if they are advertising it as having online play, that it's excusable if it doesn't have it.
It's not. And they need to stop. They're going to need to reassess 2022 as some great successes and some absolute failures that they could have avoided.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can think of two of them. I don't mean from a gameplay standpoint, it's not really failures. It's just more of execution. You know
Missteps,
what I mean? And,
yeah.
Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat 30th, now Blitz for some people, not all. We're gonna say some people, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Oh man, it's almost been an hour and a half. Holy crap! Holy crap! Yeah, let's wrap this up. But before we do, I had a segment I was going to do about a question for John D. That's in my Discord, but we're not going to hear those because those are trolls from Webhead and Haffy. So instead, what we're going to do, we're going to help you guys end on a high note. So on a high note, chat, for anybody who has an RC Willie in their area right now, and let's say you're interested in something like the Golden Tee, right? And you add it to your cart. From right now until the end of the week, if you use the code A1UP30, you can get 30% off. So, dang. Yeah, so 526, and that's for certain cabinets. It's like freaking, hold on, let me pull. Yeah, 526. If you have an RC Willie in your area. So, if you have, I think it's X-Men, it's Turtles, it's Killer Instinct, Big Blue, and I said X-Men, didn't I? I said X-Men. Big Blue, whatever. So it's like 6 store, yeah, yeah. I don't have one. I don't have an area. Oh, Tron's on that list too. Yeah, Tron's on the list as well.
Dang.
So
Tron's great.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. So you guys should probably know, right? Do they sell bidets?
I hope they do.
I don't know, right?
Thanks, Jago. It's actually it's an upcoming sponsored video I gotta make, but I hate doing sponsored videos, but listen, they pay.
Look, that camera, if it's the one I think about, yeah, dude,
it's a great camera, by the way. The quality is ridiculous. It's sick. Bidets are everything. Listen, I don't care. People can joke about it and joke. Y'all some nasty butted people now, because now that Moat has seen the light and UAG has seen the light and Ralph has seen the light, you'll never go back.
But they just have. I don't even want to go to the bathroom in public places anymore, man.
Exactly right.
But that's something we can talk about next week. Shameless plug. Next week, Outsiders episode 6. I don't know what we're talking about. We might talk about ravioli or something. I don't know. But next week, episode 6, Travis, Retro Ralph, your average gamer. You know what I'm saying? # free UAG. And and yeah, man. Yo, Sheilon, you got anything you want to plug real fast and give you the floor? You got it. And
oh, well, first I'm going to shill for you guys. I'm going to be watching that show next week. So everybody tune in. Okay. And watch them talk about bidets and clean their butts while they.
We're not talking about bidets next week.
We might.
It might.
Hey, Ralph.
But yeah, no, other than that, I mean, thanks for having me on here. If you haven't checked out my channel before, please take a look at it. And that's about it.
Happy we're not taking the Super Sober. Travis. You.
Yo, actually, I since I don't really do anything, I'm just gonna say that check out Sheilon. She actually got a couple of shorts and then a really cool review. She's doing some dope stuff with her Arcade1Up. You need to go check that out. The Big Blue is no longer a Big Blue. It's very much something else. You got to go check it out.
I almost said something inappropriate and
Big Blue bidet.
Well, I was gonna say three. I was gonna say 3 initials that also represent a British network. Anyway, listen, chat. This week, Marvel Superheroes Tournament on the Mo Plays channel. Like literally 1 p.m. Eastern. Stream starts. The check-in will be 6 hours early, so y'all ain't got no excuse to check in. We're gonna start at 12:30, and hopefully we can get through it really smooth.
Mike.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what they say about that network, right? Once you watch it, you never go back.
Oh snap! Settle down, young lady.
Oh, okay. By the way. So I watched that network. And listen.
I do too. But good Lord, what's happening right now?
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I watched that network. Oh. Double entendre. Got you.
Anyway, yeah. Go ahead,
Travis. Go ahead.
Yeah. Don't forget the newest, hottest live stream on Friday nights. I got next, son. What a great name that is.
Oh yeah. I got next.
Next.
If I got well, listen. If I got a mod in the chat that wants to plug the channel, you know what I mean. The Mo Plays channel, !plays. I bet the freaking bot's dead. I bet it is, right? I bet it is. But yeah, man. So we're over there doing all Arcade1Up stuff on Friday nights, and then on Sundays, Smoke Sundays, going there. And yeah, Travis, I've seen your comments the last 2 days about No Tekken 7. Listen, bro, they kept me in front of a camera for 7 hours, and then they kept me in front of a camera last night for 4.5. And all the brother wanted to do was go and eat some sugar-free popsicles or something. That's all I wanted to do. Anyway, if you're not sub to the channel, go sub to Mo Plays, man. We're almost to 500, and I'm supposed to do some VR cringe stream at 500 or whatever, right? But yeah, I got next Friday nights. You know, I'm seeing the evolution of the Arcade1Up fighting game scene. I mean, I guess I got a video, right? I could share a video, right? I got one of those, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me stop sharing that. But other than that's pretty much it. If I can find this video file real quick. Let me see. I bet you I don't find it. I bet you I don't. Because when I start looking for this stuff, it's like, yo, where's it at? And I'm like, oh my God, I can't find it. Yep, because I can't find it. It's not there. It's not there. So do me a favor, Travis, and stall for time.
Yes, everybody, y'all should go out there and get yourself a bidet because your butts are dirty and stinky, and you messing up underwear. It will help you not do that anymore.
What'd you say, mud butt?
Lord, that mud butt.
And then you can do your white belt stuff, which is what Moat and UAG were on, and then of course me and Ralph are on to the black belt, the water balloon method, which will clean you out forever. You feel good about yourself, and trust me when I tell you, you're gonna really understand how dirty you've been all these years. Get a bidet.
Dude, that's like a black belt with like a special color tab on it.
Yeah, with the brown tabs on it.
Oh, that's where it's at. Haha, I just remember where it's at. Okay, cool. I just need 5 more seconds. Go ahead, give me 5 more.
5 more seconds.
5 more.
You know, watch Moat. I Got Next is really dope. It's Friday nights, bringing back fights on Friday nights. Arcade1Up. So you want to see some people throw down? You should do that. Of course, Moat Sundays. What are you talking about?
There we go. Yep, there we go. Chat, because I was intelligent enough to find it. Thank you. Shout out to Cham because I forgot where it was at. But yeah, man, look, listen. We're gonna end on this trailer, and yeah, y'all should check it out. And I'm gonna be quiet because you know, hit the like button on the way out, chat.
Game over. Get ready, fighters. Here comes a new challenger.